started Burnt Out Perfectionist because we were tired of pretending we had everything figured out. Life is messy, burnout is messy, and honestly, we think more people should talk about it. Welcome to Burnt Out Perfectionist.
What is working out? My name is Eve.
My name is Sarah.
And we are Burnt Out Perfectionists. The topic of conversation for this episode is the productivity trap when doing more is making you feel worse. Before we get started, what did you survive and thrive for the past 2 weeks?
It's fucking hot. I know one of mine is always weather, and I do not care. It is hot. It's so hot.
I feel like we should just start a segment called What's the Weather for this week?
Yeah, what's the weather for this week?
And what's your opinion on it?
Hot as fuck. I don't know. What is a thrive? There's so much less going on, which feels nice.
Yeah. I'd say my thrive is... my thrive is watching Americans freak out about Canadian smoke. From the wildfires that are currently going on in Canada, so hope everybody is safe. But I am pissing myself laughing watching TikTok. Because if you don't know, if you're not aware and you're not from North America, when the California fires were going on, a bunch of Canadian firefighters kindly went to assist.
Mm-hmm.
And so right now, Canada's on fire again because, it's July. And I have a bunch of TikToks from Americans that are like, and I just can't handle this amount of smoke.
Do you know there's a politician trying to get us tariffs?
Sanctioned.
Yeah.
For smoke.
Yeah. And it's like, well, fine, then we won't come help you then, especially if you're going to charge us for this crap.
I would like to follow up with, before you make a TikTok video saying, ugh, there's smoke in the air. Damn you, Canadians. Can you please open up the Google and type in current North American fires? Because you know what? There's so many fires going on surrounding. You know what? It might not be us.
It may not be us. I will state, though, that the people who always come to assist Canada further are the Australians and the New Zealanders.
They come for snow and they come for fire.
Baffles my mind because of how fucking far away they are. And they're like, sure, we'll come to Canada. Like, we have people.
But you're traveling back in
people
time.
that are 10 minutes over the border from some fires and they're not going to come help. But we have people who are literally going to travel what could be equivalent to an 18-hour flight.
But I just giggle watching all of them go, oh my God, Canadians, get your stuff together. Oh my God, this. Oh my God, that. I'm like, I'm sorry. There's people actually losing their households, their lives, their pets, their livelihoods. And you're complaining. And my thrive is bless the pool.
Bless the pool.
We got these like blow up things for the pool, and that like has one underneath your head and like two that like it's like a blow up and then like a piece of fabric and a blow up, and it like cups your bum, so then you can like lay back.
I call those hammock inflatable.
The topic of conversation for this episode is the productivity trap when doing more is making you feel worse. So a lot of the times with productivity, I didn't realize that most people were like, oh, when I have a day off and I'm just relaxing, I just like lay there in bed all day. And I'm like, but how?
How do they lay there in bed and not have that like inner monologue that's like, get up, go do the things?
So mine doesn't even start with that. Mine goes with I wake up and then I'm laying in bed and I go, if I lay in my pajamas too long, they're going to smell. That means that I need to remember to wear new pajamas tonight. So that means that I need to do laundry for new pajamas.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, when's the last time I washed my sheets?
Right?
And then I'm like, I should probably just get up.
Mine's like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and chill. You know what? I'll just wait till my kid gets up. Kid runs out of her room and goes upstairs. I go, could sit here for a little bit longer. I wonder if my husband's upstairs. I don't think he's upstairs. My kid comes running back downstairs. Maybe she wants cuddles. Maybe she needs food. Maybe she needs food that she needs assistance with making. I am out of bed. I've now realized how bad I have to pee.
But that's also like because you have a child.
Oh, before
like that's responsibilities that you have to do because she can't like cook an egg.
Well, she could if she really wanted to. Before, when I would wake up, I would literally wake up and be like, I'm just going to sit here and chill. And then I'd be like, I don't think I have stuff to make breakfast this morning. Do I have stuff to make breakfast this morning? Wait a second. And I'd run through all the stuff in my head. And then I'd be like, okay, maybe I need to go do it. You know what I should do is I should get up and have a shower. That would be great. Nope, don't have a shower. Because if I have a shower, then there's no point if I go to the gym. I'll have a shower after I go to the gym. Okay, well, and then I'll make sure that I have food and I can grab stuff from the store. What am I going to eat before I go, though? Should I have a snack? I should probably have a snack. Do you think I should have toast? Should I have a granola bar? Maybe I'll have a granola bar. Do I have granola bars? Like,
But that's more like, I think like when it's like productivity, it's like useless things that you wouldn't want to do. Like everybody has to eat. Well,
oh,
my
I
body
know.
doesn't.
But
My
then it
body
was
goes
like, if I
rogue.
go upstairs, then it's like, oh, God, the pans aren't clean. Or I wonder if there's dishes. And then I go to do something, and when I have to stop and restart a task like several times because I'm looking for something that it's not in the exact same place that it's always been, then it's like sometimes I just want to give up.
Have you seen that girl that literally ties herself to the dishwasher?
I thought about that, but I would 100% walk away.
See,
And I have a portable dishwasher, so it would just keep rolling. And
I
then I would take me out down the stairs.
I've never had a dishwasher. It would probably stop at the carpet.
Oh, hell no.
I've never had a dishwasher, so I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I don't even know how to load it. Like I don't know anything about a
Still
dishwasher.
don't know how to load a dishwasher properly. My husband grew up with a dishwasher, and I put stuff in, and people are like, "Oh, there's no wrong way." And my husband will be like, "Why'd you put this in this way?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Well, if you have this here, this blocks this, so when the water splashes up," I'm like, "I don't fucking think of that. I thought it was a very organized looking dishwasher."
He also used to be a plumber, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I don't know what it's like to have a dishwasher. So like when people are like, "Oh, I need to make sure to unload the dishwasher." I was like, "You have a machine that does dishes for you?"
I know, but honestly, it doesn't really do a good job. Sometimes it's just faster just to do it yourself.
Yeah, but I don't know what it's like. If I had a bigger kitchen, I would get one of those like top ones and
So
then like every day do that.
Selena has one of those.
Yeah, but my kitchen's tiny.
It is. It would literally only fit on the side where the coffee machine is.
But a lot of the time it's like, oh yeah, I have a day off. I'm gonna be productive, and then at the end of the day, I'm like, wow. Like a couple weeks ago, on the Monday, I had done your hair. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh okay, great, it's done because I had 2 days off. And then the next day, um, our mom had surgery. She was recovering. She couldn't do a lot. She was getting really frustrated with the room, and I was like, you know what? I made her sign a contract. And I was like, hey, I will do
My
your
kid
room.
laughed so hard. That was the first thing she told her dad when she got in the truck.
I was like, I will do your room, but you need to sign this contract and tell me that you're not going to come in and depict anything. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I'm serious. Sign this.
It's because, like, you weren't getting rid of anything and you were going to organize the stuff, but sometimes it's like, oh, actually, I want to put this here. I want to, and it's like we're stopping and starting a lot.
No, it's more I'd say in the family, if I was to give myself a label, I am the initiator. I start things. No, I don't finish everything, but I start it. Or I get people going to start it. And I'd say Sarah and Mom are both the joiners. So it's like I'll initiate and
I'm
then
a
it'll be
body
like,
doubler.
yeah, but like you'll join in partway through.
Oh, especially if it's like my specific thing is if I know you only have one day off left and you've offered to do a task like that, I'm like, well, it's fucking rude if I don't offer to do it.
And so I'm like getting all through. At the end of the day, I realized I had to work the next day. I walked in the next day. I was so tired.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, this was a poor decision. I shouldn't have done that like the day before going back to work. I should do it like the day
Oh, that's how I
after.
write where my productivity starts is where I'm like, okay, so on this day I'm going to do this. This day I'm going to do this. But then I better make sure I do the following one of these things and then end up like over scheduling myself.
And then usually I write it out and I'm like, oh, okay, if I do this, like, I feel like the generalized task by productivity, like, if it's like the generalized task you have to do every day. So, like, making food, eating said food, and like laundry. Most common tasks
And dishes.
and dishes, but like most common tasks that you have to do on a day to day basis in general.
Definitely don't do laundry on a day-to-day basis.
Well, like,
I do it on a, oh shit, I have no underwear basis.
but like laundry, like, it doesn't matter how much laundry you do, your laundry's always, you always have laundry coming.
Jesus fucking Christ, I know. I swear to God, it just procreates.
Well, because this pair of underpants is not going to be safe for tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you're like that. Ew. But it's
We're
like,
daily panty changers, okay, people?
yeah, everybody should be.
Yeah.
Do you know how many germs seep out of your butthole?
Yep.
Look it up. Farts. Poop. Urination.
I love how you used like all the common names and then you whipped out urination.
Well, bowel movement. Flatulence. Unless at the very end of the day, you strip off your clothes and do laundry. But then you still have to put them in the dryer and you still have to put them away.
Yeah.
You are still actively making dirty laundry.
That's one thing that I hate is like when I strip the bed and I'm making all the beds. And then I'm like, fuck, my laundry room looks so full now because of all the sheets.
Why are sheets so large?
Well, they have to fit the bed, but like, I just feel like they get.
I know they have to fit the bed.
I just
but it
feel like they
pisses
get
me
so
off.
much bigger, and like, obviously, like my child has her own bed, my husband and I have our own bed, and it's like, you can't even wash stuff from one bed in a whole cycle, or you'll have like your laundry machine looking like it's in a fucking NASCAR race. Like there's like you can't do that, and it ends up being this like multi-step process for these fucking sheets, and you're like, Jesus.
I feel like to preface with productivity, I might sneeze. I'm going to say something, and I am so tired as Label is saying this. You are not doing laundry. The machine is.
Yeah.
Unless you are actively,
Uh-huh.
as the machine is going,
If I'm
starting the
removing
beginning.
stains, that is me.
Yes, but you are doing laundry. If that understandable. If you're separating stuff to make loads of laundry, but when people are like, "Oh, I threw on a load of laundry," what were you doing during it? Were you sitting in the washing machine going do 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 do?
Segue. Have you seen the TikTok?
But the chick sitting like barbecue.
So it was like if moms did atypical mom tasks as a dad barbecues. So you know how like dads always like go out to the barbecue, they turn the barbecue on, they wait for it to heat up.
Or
They're-
smoking.
They're asking for like a million fucking questions. They're getting a beer. They got their sunglasses on. This lady's like, yeah, I'm gonna go do laundry. So she goes, sits in front of it, puts her sunglasses on, cracks a drink. She's like reading a book or she's like scrolling on her phone. The kids come in. She's like, oh, you got to go ask your dad. I'm doing laundry. She's sitting in front of the washing machine that's just doing it.
But you know what bugs me about that?
It made me laugh.
Is that it made me giggle. But washing machines are timed.
Yeah.
Barbecues don't go ding, the food's ready.
Oh my God. I saw the best thing about, I'm segueing a lot to laundry. I was on Washer Talk or whatever. So someone got one of those LG all-in-ones. If you don't know what that is,
Yes.
it's a washing machine and a dryer.
In one.
Oh my fucking God. I laughed so hard because it's like the loss of perspective of time. I was reading the comments and someone's like, oh my God, I had this for 3 years and then I just had to get rid of it. It took 3.5 hours a load for my sheets.
Yeah, but it washes and dries it.
Exactly. I actually wrote that underneath and I was like, 3.5 hours a load? You mean like if you did like, and by the way, this was a large capacity. Like it fits more than your average washing machine does. But it takes, yeah,
But you don't even have
If
to
I-
switch machines.
I know. To me, that's less time because if I'm freaking putting stuff in the washing machine and then I have to swap it over, I will 100% not hear the washing machine.
Yours is so aggressive. It sends messages to your phone
Not anymore.
and it dings.
Because
Yeah, well, it used to.
it doesn't
Last
do
time I
it
was there.
anymore. Doesn't do that anymore. There's, I don't know, something's going on with mine. My thing won't sync, and I know that's like a really high maintenance thing. They literally will completely forget about it for days. So if I had something that just did that all in 3 hours, cleaned it and washed it, to me, I was like, that sounds fucking great. Again,
Yeah.
it is a higher capacity machine. And I was just laughing. I'm like reading the comments. All these people are like, it took so long. And I was like, has no one comprehended that it's literally doing the entire thing except folding? Like, I feel like if they came out with one
Yeah,
that was a
because
3-in-1 and it would fucking wash, dry, and fold, people would still find a way to complain about it. Like, I'm just looking for a Justin's World here.
like a wash can take anywhere between 30
If I
to
put
60
sheets
minutes.
in
Oh, it
or a
takes
blanket,
sensory.
it takes like an hour and 20 minutes sometimes. If I put it on the normal cycle. Not my favorite one. Quick wash.
So much so that LG informed you that's not an essential one.
That was the rudest message I have ever received. I know, like, you know what she was trying to state is like they will go and they will do the one task. They're not doing everything else versus like, have you seen the one where it's like the mom or the oldest? It had like mom or sibling making dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they're sitting there making dinner and they're waiting for all the stuff to like cook or boil. And then they turn around and they're like washing dishes, unloading or loading the dishwasher. They're like prepping stuff for the next day. They're like doing all this other stuff. And it was like, and they're doing laundry. And the other person's like putting it in, taking it out, putting it in the dryer, putting it in a basket, and then just walking away. And then like some people just do tasks differently. And I was like, yep. My whole thing is like I either like underestimate the amount of steps or overestimate the amount of steps. Because I saw folks who were like, write down. So it's like clean the bathroom. You're like, okay, cool. I'll clean the bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can like wipe down the counter and like wipe down the toilet and stuff. But then there's also the ones where you're like in there like scrubbing the shower in the bathtub. But like you could do the whole thing.
Cleaning the shower.
Or you could do like a maintenance thing.
But cleaning the bathroom. You clean the bathroom. You scrub everything.
I know, but there's different, like,
There's cleaning after
are you doing like a maintenance clean? Or are you just like maintaining what is there?
bathroom? You gotta scrub everything.
And it's like top to bottom. Okay, I'm going to do this. That is like my starting point. I will, if I know I'm going to have a productive day, this sounds so funny. I will get up, go to the bathroom, and I keep my cleaning supplies in a caddy in the bathroom. My child is like 9. So it is a safe option.
The likelihood of her
She would
cracking
not do
it
any
open.
Of that. Yeah. And I keep the stuff in there, and then I just pull all the stuff out and wipe everything down. And then scrub the shit that I need to scrub. And then sometimes after, I'm like, oh, it's so nice in here. I'm going to have a shower.
Having a shower after.
Yeah.
But I always find like the productivity like trap of like, I think that there's definitely a difference between like social media cleaning and like realistic cleaning.
Yeah.
Like there's people who are like in my brain when I clean an average room, so like a living room, the final step for me is vacuuming.
Yeah.
I gotta put everything else away.
That's how I always think. That's what
everything
she like
on the
taught
floor.
me at every single job. Always clean top to bottom because shit falls. So you clean the floor last.
Oh, everything's on the floor anyway. We don't have a lot of stuff.
Unless I am cleaning and there's stuff sticking to my feet and I don't have my house Crocs on, then I will literally sweep the floor. And I do not care if I end up sweeping that floor like 3 to 4 times.
Number one thing that pisses me off is when I'm like doing a pantry clean and the freaking icing sugar. Who invented those bags?
An idiot.
I want my icing sugar to come in a box.
No. Why doesn't all of these things come in reusable bags? Like, why doesn't brown sugar come in a bag that's resealable and has some type of temperature control so it stays soft? Why do I have to buy all these extra accessories?
I have thought of this. I want it in a box with the salt nib. You know why? Because then if you put it in a reusable bag, the little granularly powdery stuff's going to go around things. So every time you open it up, it's going to go...
Oh, my whole thing is just thinking of opening it for scooping.
But I pour it in. I just pour it in.
I know. I put all my stuff in those like wide mouth containers. I think they look like the OXO ones. I think they're Rubbermaid, and I got them at like Walmart. They were like $5. These like clear containers. And literally, I made sure that they fit my 1 cup measuring cup so I could fit it in there.
Which is fine.
Nuts.
But it, like, every time with packaging, same with like spice packaging, when it's like the resealable ones.
Oh my God, nothing like getting cinnamon blasted.
So then I feel like the productivity trap isn't like, oh, well, I do more. It's every single time I start to do something, it's like 50 other things.
The worst is when you like are fully done doing a task and then something falls and it just fucking goes everywhere. I'm going to give everybody the worst example in the entire world. chia seeds.
See, I don't eat chia seeds, so I don't know how much of a
So
chia seed.
the airtight container I had it in fell. So I was done cleaning the kitchen. Literally was like, oh great, I am nowhere near the shelf. No one is near the shelf. There's nothing moving, vibrating. It's not attached to anything. No, like if you have like a machine on, like, because I mentioned that I had like a remote dishwasher,
Yeah.
like a portable one. It was like all the way on the other side. And literally I was like, wow, this looks so great. Falls off and explodes all over the ground. Like millions of chia seeds everywhere, but it doesn't. It just bounces and then it went all over the counters. It went all over everything. I'm still finding them. I keep going, is that a bug? No, it's just a chia seed.
Chia.
But it's like, or when, like you said, when you go to do something and it's like, I'm going to put my clothes away.
Mhm.
And you go to put your clothes away and you're like, oh, wow. First off, this is like a very niche issue. But when you go to put stuff away and you're like, fuck, I have too many things to put in this drawer. Or you're
True.
like, I go, oh, well, honestly, I didn't really miss this. I don't really like wearing it. Oh, I'll just put this in a bag for like taking it to Plato's Closet or taking it to the thrift store. And then it becomes folding, putting it away, and sorting.
See, what gets me is
Make it a
the
triple task.
process of when I'm decluttering clothes, if I'm supposed to do it when they're clean or when they're dirty.
I personally feel I do it when it's clean because I'm not one of those people who's going to take dirty fucking clothes to the thrift store.
Yes, but then I'm also like, if my clothes are dirty and I'm like, oh, I really want to go through my clothes, I don't want to have to wash the mountain of laundry.
Yeah.
Because then I'm never going to get to it. And then the pile, and then it's
Well,
back
and that's
forth.
exactly it. And then the other option you can do is separate all the stuff and then just throw it the fuck in the washing machine by itself. Put it in the dryer because you don't give a fuck. Unless you,
Yeah.
and then just drop it off at the place. But also, like, it would almost be easier to have like that one basket where it was like, this person's outgrown this. Because it's like your kiddo, for example, like a child will outgrow stuff at the most random rates. And then sometimes they'll see a couple things and I'll be like, crap.
It's always like, it's never at the beginning of the season. It's always like 3/4 of the way through.
And because of the way that like fashion moves and the fashion industry works, like they already have fall stuff at Old Navy right now. And they've had it, it's fucking July. And they've already had it since the beginning of July. And so when I go to get something, oh, the people are like, yeah, sure, but you might be able to get it on sale. No, it might not even exist by the time I actually need it. As like when the tank tops and the shorts come out, you have to buy them almost when there's still snow on the ground. And same with bathing suits. Like my daughter has grown almost 5 inches in the last year. And I was like, oh, well, I put away some bathing suits. Like she has very long legs and like she's more like 25% torso, 75% leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go get a bathing suit and there's like very slim pickings for bathing suits and not a lot like in the size that she would need. And it's fucking like when I went to go look, it was Canada Day, like which is July 1st.
And a lot of I feel like people plan out their days of productivity. So like most of ours is to do with like cleaning and decluttering.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I'm gonna do all of my stuff. We usually, what mom and I do is like, if I'm off on the weekend, like the Saturday is like our productive day, and the Sunday is our like chill day.
It's always, and I feel like my family, we choose our own adventure depending on like the activity. Usually it's like, oh, we'll get up. And if it's a Saturday, we don't have bottle return on Sundays in our area
Mm-hmm.
where you can return bottles and get 10 cents for them. If you're not Canadian, you may not know what that is. And you only have so many hours generally that they're open or like when they're busy. So we'll get up and do that. And then generally I'll make sure there's bags in the car and then we'll go to the store because my daughter helps a lot with that. She also collects bottles from like our neighbors. So then she has like spending money and I'll be like in the car or I would have done it before we left when I was having breakfast, like on the Flip app, like looking at the flyers, planning out what I need to get. And then I have an Alexa that I yell at all the time to add things to my list. So that way I can pull that list over and like look at the best place to get stuff and like plan that out. And then if you add in something like a random spirit day, a thrift store drop off. Like, then I'll kind of try to do all that stuff at once
Also,
if we
why are
can.
thrift stores not open on? Like, I know most of them are religion based, but like thrift stores are never opened on Sundays.
There's a lot of them that aren't open on the weekend at all, where I live. And the only one that is open every single day until like 8 o'clock is Valley Village. And I know people hate Valley Village and whatever. Sometimes I don't care and I just need it out of my house.
And I'd rather do that than for it to go in the garbage.
Yeah, because you know what? It'll just live in my hallway. I have a bag in my hallway that's been there for like 2-3 months now.
I need to go through stuff, and I know Mom and I were talking about that, but it's like, oh, I want to go do this, and like she's very much like, I want to get in the car and get it out,
Yeah.
which is great. I'm very much like, I just want to throw this stuff. I want to go have a nap.
Yeah. Sometimes like just like the mental capacity of like decluttering things is a lot. Like you do it all. And if I'm the one who's going through all the stuff, my husband will actively walk in and be like, okay, is there anything that I can take to a thrift store or drop off anywhere like right now? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. And he's like, okay.
I'm not there yet.
I'm like, I'm not there yet. He's like, okay, do we have a recycling or a garbage bag that I need to take to the dumpster? And he'll just like come in. He's like, I know you're in full mode. So like, just let me know what you need. And then I'll have stuff and I'll be like, well, I think I want to do the stuff for Plato's Closet or I'll do the stuff for Once Upon a Child. And he's like, okay, how do they like it? And I'm like, oh, you have to lay it flat. And then he'll be like, okay, I'm putting this in the car for tomorrow. And he'll like drop it off after he drops us off, or he'll drop it off and then get us if it's like a school day or something. And then we'll go back because ours is pretty fast.
But it's that back and forth. It's like, oh, I'm going to do something fun. And then it's like, I'm tired. Like, I just want to lay down and exist.
Right? The worst is like when you take that Saturday, for example, and you're like, I'm just going to be chill. I'm going to have a chill day on this Saturday. And you literally have a chill. My husband laughs. He calls it a chill but protective day because I just don't stop doing things. I'm not like, I shall rip apart the entire house. Like, not that kind of thing. And then the next day, you're like, okay, so the next day, I'll do grocery shopping, I'll do this. And then you like wake up and you're almost 40 like me, and you have this random pain in your back where you can't stand up straight. And you're like,
That's why
the fuck?
I will only go grocery shopping on Saturdays. I will go grocery shopping during the week and stuff, but like Saturdays. Because Sunday, unless you're going before like everybody gets out of church, Sundays are like insane.
Oh my God, Sundays, especially a Sunday or a Monday after like, say, a long weekend that started on a Friday. Hell, nope.
No. Why is everybody at the store?
Like most of the time when I end up going to the grocery store, sometimes we'll go to the grocery store as soon as it opens and then we'll do the bottle return. Because like I don't want to be there when there's a ton of people there.
I don't want to
At
be
all.
there in general.
No. Yeah, no.
And like I also hate getting in orders. But like I've been set in my mind now that like Saturdays I'll go and do stuff, or I will do it. I am firm on the stance that I will do it on the way home, but I will not be leaving my house once I enter my house after work.
Yeah.
Once I enter my house after leaving, no.
No.
I am now signed in.
That's like me when I get home. And yesterday I literally have to like hit the ground running and start making something for dinner. And then I will like pitter patter and like pull out the recycling out of the bins and get the trash ready and like put the stuff outside for either myself or my husband to take it. So that way I know when I go to put not the laundry, like the chairs that are outside away,
Yeah.
or I'm like calling people inside that like, oh, I can't leave that out there. Well, yeah, unless I want a bear.
I think
Or
it's also
something.
the like reliance on other people to do things, like
Yeah.
the expectations of like I can't be productive unless you do unless you do it. Like I
Yeah.
need your side of it.
Yeah.
That's also a big thing because it's like you're extra tired being like, "Hi, I need you to do this," and it's like, "Oh, I'm just doing something." No, I need this
Yeah.
in order to continue going.
If I ask somebody, that means I need it done in the next 5 minutes, like in my brain, in order to complete whatever to move on. So if you state you're going to help me, if you do not do it in the next 5 minutes, I will just do it myself.
But also, if it's something that you have to have someone else do, you're just like, you'll go from like, I'm going to be productive to like, I trip on something and then I'm like, I gonna throw this at you.
I'm very productive when other people are being productive. So, like, if my husband gets up and starts doing laundry, and I'm like, okay, he's getting up and doing that, I'll get up and be like, huh, I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee. I'll make him a cup of coffee, and then I think I really want to just like my daughter's room takes less than 15 minutes. Like, if
Yeah.
I just need to go in and help or whatever, or I'll be like, yo, can you do your room? She'll be like, yeah, that takes about 30 minutes, but she's 9.
But also, you have like, if you have like kickstart stuff.
Yeah. So it'll be easy things like that. And generally, I like to start in like one place and move through. So, like, especially if anything's like an easy win. So, like I said, if I feel the need of being productive, I don't write a list and I go, okay, I'm just going to clean this bathroom. You know what? I really deep cleaned it not that long ago. I'm just going to wipe everything down, make sure it's good to go, spray the shower cleaner, not get on my hands and knees and scrub because it's scrubbing bubbles. So apparently it's supposed to do that for me. And spray all the stuff down and then go from there. Okay, cool. Great. Now I have a clean bathroom. This is awesome.
Now I'm gonna go take a poop.
Yeah. Now I'm going to go to the bathroom. I'm going to have a shower. I'm like, I got to go upstairs and make something to eat. And then it's just, if I'm trying to make the breakfast though, and there's all this other shit in my way, then I start getting pissed off because I'm like, I just wanted to do the thing where I feed myself.
When I like, what I do now is, so for instance, today I was making cupcakes or something, and I just announced, I waited till everybody else had their breakfast and stuff. I was like, I'm going to be doing this.
It's not like you woke up, walked in while we're all making breakfast, and you're like,
No.
I'm doing my thing now. You can all fuck off.
No, I'm like, I'm going to do this. This is now my time. If you enter, like, our kitchen is probably like 5 foot by 2 foot. Like, it's tiny.
Oh, it's fucking so small.
So if I'm like, I'm making cupcakes for this thing and I need this, if you come into the kitchen, I will slap you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean this full bore. Everybody knows if I state, hey, I'm going to do this, means I'm going to be in the kitchen. And unless you're like dying, I know everybody has eaten in the past 30 minutes.
Oh, 100%.
So I don't need you to turn around and go, well, I just wanted a snack. No, this is my time. I need to do this. If I'm at like a pause, or like I'll be like halfway through, or like starting to clean something, be like, Kate, everything's in the oven. You may enter the kitchen now. And I know people are like, well, like if I need food, I need food. Yeah, but I don't need someone walking. I do this to the dog and I do it to your child. When I have someone just like purposely, there is 2 routes to go to the back door. One through the kitchen, one through the living room.
Yep.
There's one in between. It gets to the point sometimes that like I will stomp around them to be like, move.
Yep.
If you walk right up towards me and you're like, well, I just want to go outside. No. Now am I a wall? And I don't care. I am a wall.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have now walked in front of me 4 times.
Yeah.
And you know what? I can't trip you. And you're annoying me. And it's like that, or like say you're starting to work on something and you're like, oh, I'm going to decalcify my coffee machine. Very random. But like I'm doing this and then someone's like, I just thought I would like clean the mugs, go away. This is my corner?
Yes.
Pick a new task. Well, I just thought that no. If I needed help, I would ask. I don't need you right beside me. I don't need you to announce, what's this one item that I specifically put on the other side? Or when people walk in and go, I didn't want it like this. I don't care. I'm currently cleaning. I'm currently doing something. Well, I said that I would. Well, you didn't. So now I'm doing it, and now I'm going to be extremely like nauseous about it because I'm annoyed.
My favorite is when it's like, oh, but are you getting rid of blank? And I'm like, I'm going through everything right now. What are you talking about? Well, don't get rid of the following things because I'm planning on using them. Like, if something hasn't been used in the last 6 months, I'm getting rid of it or donating it.
But
like,
also,
I'm over it.
You ask before you do it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, if I'm going through a closet and I'm like cleaning it up and I'm like, hey, this really doesn't match what everything is. Do we still need this? No? Okay, put it in the thrift store bin. But it's like that. Well, I need that. No. Okay, we have made it past that.
Yeah.
We've done the puzzle. Do we really feel like we're gonna do this puzzle again, or do we hate it? We hated it. Okay, then we no longer need it.
It just feels like counterproductive when you're like, I'm doing my thing. I'm going along doing it. Someone walks in and goes, what's in that bag? And you're like, it doesn't matter. Just get rid of it.
What's that?
Like, I'm not just like willy-nilly getting rid of things. Like, I'm getting rid of shit that's like broken that like can't be fixed. I'm putting stuff in things that could be donated that we do not use.
Or packaging. Like usually what it starts off with is recycling or packaging.
Oh, hell yeah.
And so I go through all of that. Or say I'm like cleaning something off and like someone's like, what are you doing?
Oh, I always come up with something fucking ridiculous.
Or I'm doing,
Making a potion.
let's use our eyes. What am I currently doing? My hands are in the closet. I'm currently cleaning a closet, a linen closet. What are you doing?
The worst is when you have like the most productive day of your entire life and you're like, I got so many things done. And then you sit there and go, like, either your brain goes, but I didn't do the following, or someone's like, oh, did you get this done? And you're like, no, because I was doing all these other things. Oh, okay.
If I'm like, hey Sarah, did you do this? No, by end of day. And then separate
LOL.
paragraph.
Yeah.
Let
Not
me
even
tell
a
you.
paragraph. It's a voice note.
No,
It's
like,
dude.
like, tell me what's going on. Great, I want to know.
Yeah.
But I need an answer to my question, because if I'm sitting there reading the novel study and I'm like, but like, what did we determine from this? Like, am I? And then I just sit there and go, should I ask again? And then it usually is like, I'm so annoyed. And I'm like, I'll ask later. Because I'm like, I don't know. So then I'm sitting there going, I'm going to be so productive and go, am I still supposed to do it? And then sometimes I do it. Like, I'll do something and then I'll get turned around and go, well, I said I was going to do it. And I'm like, I'm lost. I feel like I was losing. I just lose either way. Like, I've had sometimes that happen and I just look at them and I'm like, I don't know what you expect from me.
Oh, yeah.
What am I supposed to be doing at this point? And it's like, well, you said you were going to do this. I did. I sent it. Yeah. But you didn't do it in the format that I requested, but I didn't actually tell you what it was. So now your productivity is nothing. So it's like that fine line of like, I was super productive. Well, you didn't do this one thing that I need you to. Or like,
and then you feel like you've done absolutely nothing.
which is understandable.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, it's like, if you have responsibilities outside of organizing your socks by color, that'll be my stance. Outside of that, gotta make sure that those things are done first. Like bills.
Yeah.
All those types of things. Make sure those are handled first. That, like, you know, you can have repercussions that other people, like, depend on you for.
Yeah.
And then be like, hey, I finished everything early. And I thought, man, you know what I really want to do? Is organize my socks by color. I will be your biggest hype girl. I'll be like, yes, you organize those socks. Those look amazing. That looks great. If you owe me something and I'm like, but you said you were going to do it and you did not. And I'm like, okay, great. Because I wanted to organize my socks.
The worst is when you state like all the things that like need to get done, not that you need to get done, and someone picks like number 4 on the list, for example, but it's something that if it's not done stops you from doing 3 and 5 and part of 6, for example, and you're on your mental list, on your written list, and then you just turn around and you're like, I am now at a stop. I am a train that was going, and now I'm at a full stop. And then you're like, I'm about to lose my groove.
What I usually will do is, like, sometimes I have a little bit of memory issues once in a blue moon of, like, I just, like, can't remember everything fully.
Yeah.
Is I'll write a list and then I'll write a sub list. And sometimes I talk about our mom, because our mom, I wouldn't say I live at home. Our dad's dead. I live at home. We have an autistic brother and stuff. So, like, we are the 2 adults.
Yes.
Like, full adults. And so we're more like roommates versus like mother-daughter. So when I'm writing
Correct.
lesson, if she's like, hey, what can I do to help? Or is there anything I can do to help? I'm like, here, you can do one of these tasks that don't affect anything here.
My thing is like my kid will come over and she'll ask me if she wants to help do something. And sometimes I'm like, well, yeah, do you want to do this? But the kitchen's clean. I don't feel like it's fair to give you that task that has enough steps for like a 9-year-old, but the kitchen's not cleaned. So maybe we can do that after I'm done cleaning it, and then you can help with that. And she's like, okay. And then what will happen is I go into hyperdrive mode, and I will do all the things sometimes, and she'll come in and be like, oh, I was going to do it with you. I'm like, I'm so sorry.
But
I
also,
couldn't stop.
a lot of the time too, like with your kid, if she's ever like, oh, can I help? I'll be like, okay, I need to do X, Y, and Z. Like, or I'll set the baseline. Like when I was baking today, I looked at her and said, I would love to bake with you, maybe in the fall and winter.
Yeah, because it's hot.
But unfortunately, I'm baking these for like a job.
Yeah.
I'm not baking these for fun.
Yeah.
So I can't really have you help as much as I don't think you're going to mess it up. Or for instance, I let Sarah help me sprinkle one time and she sprinkled wrong.
My God, she called me a sprinkle prude.
She put like nothing on.
You were sprinkling 500 cupcakes. I thought I would end up being an over sprinkler. So I was like, well, let me cut back on how much I usually put on. And then Eve was like, oh, you can stop sprinkling the cupcakes. And
I will
was like,
also state there was other things going on that day. So
yeah, my friend's kid died.
yeah, but like I was like, I need you to sprinkle more sprinkles.
I know, but you were
And
like,
it was like, I'm
what?
sorry, but like
I was
we
like,
got 500 cupcakes. I need to like get shit done.
yeah.
And like there's a difference between like accepting help and like I'm gonna be productive with this.
My favorite is when I do all the things and then I just make fun. Like, I'll give an example of baking.
Yeah.
And I get so excited. And I finally used one of those Pinterest recipes. And everything's clean. And I cleaned up all the stuff after. And everything looks and smells amazing. And then somebody eats it. And I'm not upset at the person. I'm upset at, like, this situation. Oh, these aren't that good. I'm like, what? No, it's not the point
It's
of,
not
like,
this,
people,
just like
telling me that they don't like it. It's me going, oh my God, I just cleaned the fucking kitchen.
yeah.
I processed an entire bag of lemons, which means zesting and juicing them.
And that's like $10 a lemon.
Yeah, I fucking wiped everything down because I got them on sale. Wiped them all down, and then I froze all the extra stuff that wasn't needed, even though I basically tripled what they asked for to put in the muffins. And then I sat there and measured everything out, and especially like if I use a recipe the first time,
Yeah.
I'm like going step by step. I'm making sure everything's good. I'm like being extremely accurate, double checking everything. Like I'll read the step that I'm supposed to do like 25 times, I swear to God. And then it's like, you do it all, they look great, they smell amazing, your whole house smells like it. And I just see like an entire day of productivity. And I know this is just like my brain. I go, well, that was a waste.
I think it's like I had that like when we did the freezer meals. And like the one freezer meal just tasted terrible. And I made like 3 of them and I felt so like I wasted so much money and I did so much prep
Yeah,
and
you
now
can
it
still
just
eat
tastes
them. They just were
terrible.
the best.
They just were
Like, you're like,
No.
well, I guess I could try tweaking this, but I know what you mean. It's just kind of like you do all these things. You're like, look at me. My house is clean. I've meal prepped. I've done all these things that everybody talks about. Everything is so great. And then you go to eat the meal prepped meal and you've made 4 of them. And you're like, this is the fucking grossest thing I've ever eaten in my life.
like what happened? And so you're like, oh, I'm such a badass.
Like the first
Look at
time
me go.
Eve made overnight oats. Yeah.
But if that sounds like you, hope you have a wonderful day. Email us.
Yep. You can find us on socials as Burnt Out Perfectionist or Burnt Out Perfectionist Pod.
If you type in Burnt Out Perfectionist into Google, we are actually the first thing that pops up.
Oh, okay. Well, burntoutperfectionist.com is our website. And yeah. And stay as warped and twisted as ever.
Peace.